Hi friends, welcome back to Vishal SciTech. In this I'm going to review the Poco F3G device after using more than 2 months of usage. Yes friends, it's been 2 months using the Poco F3G device, and this is a question which has been requested by few of my subscribers asking me to make a video. And there are a couple of reasons why I'm trying to make this kind of video right now. The main reason is because first thing, the very soon we're going to see the big billion day sales as well from the Flipkart, and you need to decide whether you should buy this Poco F3 GT or not. But this is my long-term review, friend. Let's see how did the phone going to handle in this kind of long-term review. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? And I'll try to discuss each and every small aspect of this phone as well, in the performance, display, camera, battery charging, connectivity, build quality, and US software updates. And the final thing is about the price. Is it worth for this kind of price to buy the Poco F3 GT or not? For every pros and cons, I did upload a separate video individually. Try to check this playlist, Poco F3 GT playlist. You can find so many videos already uploaded on the Poco F3 GT. So first, let's start with the basic thing, which is the performance. The performance of this phone is of Dimensity 1200, so which is very solid performance, and we did see similar kind of processor in the Realme X1 Max and OnePlus Nord 2. So in terms of the performance segment, you should not be worried at all regarding this Poco F3 GT. So it's very solid, and if you look at the annual benchmark score, so we'll definitely expect slightly less scores when compared with the Realme X1 Max and OnePlus Nord 2. I'm not sure why that's a huge difference. Huge gap is there. It's not 5,000, 10,000. It's gap between, I think, 50, 60,000 gap is there between the annual benchmark score between the Poco F3 GT and OnePlus Nord 2 and Realme X1 Max. But don't worry regarding the annual benchmarks test. But overall, in the day-to-day performance, the phone was able to handle really smooth and really good. So no, I did install so many applications and so many games in my phone. So I did not feel any kind of problem and no issues as well. And even the RAM management is really good in this Poco F3 GT. So usually in the MI UIs, it won't be that good, but in this Poco F3 GT, it was able to good really good. I mean, it was able to survive the long time speed test and even the RAM management test as well. Whatever the speed test I do, sometimes the phone used to even come close to Snapdragon 870 as well in terms of speed test and the RAM management test. So if you watch those videos, definitely you will understand. In the background's mobile game, obviously the phone is not optimized for the 90 fps at this minute. That's another thing, if you want you can notice. But other games, 120 fps gameplays will definitely play very smooth in the Poco F3 GT without any issues. So overall, higher refresh rate games are really supported, so you should not be worried about the high refresh rate games in this device. Regarding the stability as well, the CPU throttling, you can see it was really able to maintain throttle up to 82%, not bad. In terms of the throttling also, I did not see any kind of issues in the Poco F3 GT device. So not much throttling happening in this phone as well. So overall, it's a decent price, friends, for this kind of performance and everything. It's really solid. So only one thing is that if the phone has got Snapdragon processor, that could be really advantage. But even though it doesn't have, but still the Dimensity 1200 was able to do its best. And next is regarding the display. So display is one of the wow factor of this Poco F3 GT. So every phone has some kind of wow factors. I mean, rest of the specifications will be common, but those wow factor specifications will be completely different from other phones. That's one of the thing with this Poco F3 GT. So the Poco F3 GT has got OLED panel and 10-bit AMOLED panel as well, and which has got the 480 Hz touch sampling rate. That's another biggest advantage, 480 Hz touch sampling rate. So because of the higher touch sampling rate, you will experience really very smooth transitions and smooth animations and everything. Gameplay also will be very smooth in the Poco F3 GT. So higher touch sampling rate, 120 Hz refresh rate also, OLED 10-bit color panel you're having in this 10-bit panel. That makes a lot of sense. And even the Netflix HDR is supported. Amazon Prime HD is also supported in the Poco F3 GT. So you should not be worried about the display segment in this phone. Even the outdoor visibility also not bad in my experience. I did not have any kind of issues with the outdoor visibility in this phone. Even the viewing angles and everything were fantastic in this device. Not an issue. But overall display wise, it's really good. And slim bezels also makes the display look really good. Slim bezels around the corner, as you can see, which also pretty good. Even bezels you do have. So overall, I did like the design in this Poco F3 GT in terms of the display wise. So next thing regarding the camera. So camera is the one like kind of biggest letdown for this Poco F3 GT. I mean, it's kind of okay, but not great. You cannot expect so many good shots in this phone. It's was able to kind of okay, but not as much as great, friends. That's what I'm trying to mention. So in my experience, I did feel kind of okay, I would say. So out of 5, I can give the rating up to close to 3 rating, 3.5 star, not 4. And the night mode shots are completely worst. It was close to 10,000, 15,000 rupees mobile phones only. The night mode shots not that great at all. Maybe the back cam little bit, but it's kind of okay. Not I cannot talk much about the camera segment in this Poco F3 GT because it's not that much kind of good overall in my experience. That's the one thing. As you can see, if it's not that great, but overall for a decent camera, you will be not having any kind of issues in this Poco F3 GT device in terms of the decent camera quality. And this another camera which I did record, I think, using the Poco F3 GT only. This complete sample I did upload in the YouTube. You can check those videos in case for more sample recordings. It's a complete video which I did upload in the YouTube as well. So 4K 60 FPS is possible, and there is no 4K 30 FPS is possible, no 4K 60 FPS. You cannot record 4K 60 FPS in the Poco F3 GT. And the next thing is about the battery and the charging. So battery and the chargings are under biggest plus points for the Poco F3 GT. So which has got really good battery backup. I'm getting about close to, I think, screen on time, maybe 6 hours and 7 hours screen on time sometimes. Not bad in terms of the screen on times overall. And even the overnight draining is also not bad. It was draining, I think, close to overnight 3 to 4% draining is possible. 3 hours 41 minutes screen on time, and 47% of the battery still left in the phone. I can show you definitely a lot of screen on times. 6 hours 37 minutes of screen on time, 9 hours of battery, and 9% of the battery, not 9 hours, and screen on time 6 hours 30 minutes as well, another day. So around 6.5 hours easily you can actually get in this device without any kind of issues. So 5 hours 24 minutes, 18% is left. As you can see, this is a complete usage of this Poco F3 GT device in terms of the battery life. So in the battery life also, I'm slightly kind of okay with this device, no issues. And charging speed, the phone takes, I think, close to 41 minutes and 42 minutes to complete charge this 5000 mAh of battery. Not bad. So that's really good. So 41 and 42 minutes of time. That's pretty good for this phone. If you charge from 0%, if you charge from 20%, it will take maybe close to 30 minutes of time. That's pretty fast charging. And regarding the heating issues, while charging, your phone will actually increase up to 41 degrees. Yes, you need to keep that in mind. And while charging and while playing and performance, I did not see any kind of major heating issues in this device at this moment. And connectivity wise, only 2 5G bands in this phone. And 4G plus signals also not bad, Wi-Fi also not bad. No issues with the connectivity at this moment except less 5G bands. Next is about the haptic feedback, and haptic feedback was pretty good. So no issues, friends. Haptic feedback in this phone, it was decent. Speakers are another biggest point. Speakers and having this kind of trigger buttons, that's also biggest points we do have in the build quality of this phone, which works flawless. The triggers. So triggers is another biggest advantage for this phone, which has got very good triggers and very sensitive as well, friends. As you can see, overall it was working completely fine. No issues with the triggers till now after using this 2 months of usage. No problem. And we do have the RGB lighting on the back side, which will light up as well when you're charging, and when you get notifications, that's also good. So speakers are another good thing. No problem with the speakers as well. So all the build quality is really good. No 3.5mm jack. That's also another drawback in this device. So next is UI and software updates. We do know about the MIUI, so regular updates we'll get. So that's, I think, 2 Android upgrades we can actually expect, Android 12 and Android 13. So that's not an issue. So these are the quick details, and even the UI and software updates we can know, friends. I'm trying to use for MI phones for the past 3 to 4 years, so I don't have any kind of complaints regarding this kind of updates and everything. Definitely we can expect the regular updates, so that's not a problem. So finally, is it worth to buy the Poco F3 GT? I can say yes, it's a worth, and premium aluminum body build quality and solid comfort you will get when you try to use. Even the fingerprint scanner also very fast. It's not very slow. It's kind of very fast, no issues. So overall for this price, it's kind of, I would say it's kind of good. But if you want Snapdragon process, if you are gaming, maybe try to select the Snapdragon 870 if for heavy gaming only. But this phone also satisfies all your needs without any kind of issues. So these are the quick review, friends, on the Poco F3 GT, and let's see in the big billion day what will be the price of this phone. Based upon that, I'll try to make another video. Is it worth to buy or not? That's it, friends. Thank you for watching this video. This is my complete review of the Poco F3 GT after using close to 2 months of usage. See you in the next video. Until then, stay tuned for more updates. Meanwhile, signing off.